About 4 months ago, in one of my early videos on the channel, I talked about how the Einhorn revolving shotgun was one of the worst shotguns in COD Vanguard. I even said that it can possibly be even the worst gun in the whole entire game. Keep in mind that 4 months ago, the combat and double barrel shotty 2 hotties were the eights of this game, and the Einhorn, although it was still pretty decent at the time, it definitely was not even nowhere near as good as those two guns I mentioned. I think it's safe to say that this video has been long overdue, and it's about time that I come back and revise and review this gun and pretty much give it my personal opinion with these updated nerfs, buffs, and just in general updated version of the game. What is going on, everyone? My name is G. Glad to have you all here, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Vanguard video. And yes guys, as the title and the beginning intro of the video says, we are going to come back and review the Einhorn shotgun, because lately, fellas, this gun has been incredibly nasty. It's definitely been one of the most fun guns that I've been using in these past few days to really just infuriate and annoy these tryhards. So with that being said, man, let's get straight to the review of this gun, because it definitely has redeemed itself and crawled back from the graveyard, because I really didn't think that this gun was ever going to be good at all, especially when the shotguns got a nerf. But here we are. Like I mentioned, 4 months ago, this gun wasn't really that, potent. It wasn't even useful at all. But fast forward to today's time, and post nerf of the combat and double barrel shotties, the Einhorn is finally getting the spotlight in the shotgun division, and it's getting an updated video. This gun, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but this gun currently now as it's sitting is actually really good. This gun is nasty as hell. The range that I'm able to beam people from using this gun is incredibly ridiculous, man. I mean, like, I can be like sitting midpoint the map, cross the map, and I can be aiming down the sight, and I can tube tap someone without a problem. And it's even better when I do have someone right in front of me, where I can literally just one tap them, and even from crazy amount of distance from across the map, like I mean that literally, like a sniper, I can 3 tap, maybe 4 tap a person, and that is super annoying when it comes to using a shotgun. So it definitely has got it a pretty decent buff. Now I will admit that the 5-round magazine is still a bit of a disappointment, and the reload speed is still pretty bad. There's really nothing you can really say about that. It's just one of those downsides, or very bad downsides when it comes to using this gun. But if I have the peace of mind of knowing that I can pretty much kill someone with 4 out of those 5 rounds, then I can say that that's a pretty fair trade ratio, if I'm being quite honest. There is a separate magazine that you could add into the Einhorn, where you can, I believe it's like 7 rounds, but this 7-round magazine does unfortunately compromise the damage output and the accuracy. And just for the sake of having 2 extra rounds, I don't actually think that's even worth the exchange. I'm pretty much just happy with just having 5 rounds and having that peace of mind of knowing that 4 out of those 5 rounds, if I'm pretty good at shooting someone from close range, I will get, most often than not, guaranteed that kill. So definitely, I will say for sure, the Einhorn shotgun has surprised me quite a bit. Now, the reason why I even came back to even try the gun out was because I've been seeing a lot of clips and a lot of videos of people using it. I actually had a lot of people using it against me, and I started to wonder, okay, so I know they nerfed the combat shotgun to like the ground. Sure, you can make it to the the sniper combat shotgun, but that's that still kind of requires some sort of skill. If you're not good at aiming and your aim is just really bad, most often than not, you're not going to get the one-tap kill from miles away. It's just not going to happen. The double barrel shotties 2 hotties, that's only good in the terms of you're really a good rusher, and considering that most of the maps that I play with shotguns is either shipment or Dawes House, the double barrel really does come in clutch in those maps. But when it comes to like the bigger maps, they're not really going to be that feasible. But now when it comes to the Einhorn, man, this gun, I remember 4 months ago when I was reviewing this gun for the first time, and this is like back in November, guys. So keep in mind, this Vanguard was still fairly new, and the reason why I even tried the Einhorn, because it looked interesting at the time. This gun was horrible. This gun was ass. You can definitely go back to my last review. I'll leave the link in the description. I might even pin it on the video somewhere up here, so you guys can go back to that and you can see my review of the gun. It was not good. It was pretty bad. but it has definitely redeemed itself. quite significantly. I think it's one of the best shotguns right now post nerf of the combat and double barrel. Now again, because I'm obviously not going to be the only person that's going to be uploading videos of the Einhorn, there's a lot of other popular streamers and YouTubers who are already discovering the cheese that the Einhorn is. It's going to be pretty quickly picked up by the people over there in Call of Duty, just like everything good in the game. Once everybody starts using it, and it's always going to be on the in the lobbies, people are going to be complaining, and I'm not going to be surprised if people are going to start using the Einhorn, because it is pretty disgusting and they're going to nerf it, and unfortunately it's going to go back to being either, you know, subpar or just bad, because right now the combat shotgun is pretty bad. If you're not using the sniper version of it, it's pretty bad. It got nerfed really bad. So this Einhorn is pretty fun for what it is right now. It's definitely not going to last, because I'm pretty certain everybody's going to start using it. And when you use it as just basically a normal shotgun hip firing from close range, it is really disgusting. When you're shooting the mid range, it's pretty good. Even in long distance range, like I mentioned, it might take 3 or 4 bullets, but it'll still get the job done, and that's coming from a shotgun. Now again, like I mentioned, the downside is the reload speed in the magazine is pretty bad. But if you're really someone that plays smart and you don't push too aggressively, and you know, too without, you know, coming out with a game plan, and then you will be fine with the reload animation and all that. So you're not going to be being when you're trying to reload your gun. But other than that, man, this gun has been a lot of fun, and I've been using it for the past couple of days, and I just wanted to record a few clips. Again, you know, I just, whether they nerf it or not, this is probably going to be the final verdict and the final review of the Einhorn, because I think it's only fair. It had been in the backlog for the past 4 months. I did say that I was going to come back and make a video once it got decent, and it was pretty decent back in the midst of the shotguns being the most OP broken guns in the game. This Einhorn was pretty decent at the time, once you had all the attachments unlocked, I will add. But since everything has been already nerfed, all the shotguns, combat, double barrel, they have been nerfed to the shit. This gun has pretty much tested this, you know, the test of time, and it's pretty good. So whether they nerf it come, you know, next season or maybe a couple of months, depends how many people start using it and how many people start complaining about it. If it gets nerfed, doesn't matter. This is going to be the final review, and I'm just, you know, doing it a favor because I am a man of my word, and I'll admit it got better. It definitely got better. But if you guys have not seen my old video, because actually, like I mentioned, it was one of my very first videos I made on the channel. It actually was one of the first videos that actually got 100 views. So it's was pretty excited when I got that. So, you know, it's just fair to come back and really just review it, reanalyze the whole gun situation, and just say for sure that this gun definitely got better. Whether they nerfed it or buffed it, doesn't matter. It was definitely better from what it was back in, you know, those days, back in November. So with that being said, guys, you know, if you guys have not used the Einhorn shotguns, again, I'm totally against spreading cancer in the COD community, because everyone is going to be using them. But for what it's worth, it's 5 rounds. I feel like it's pretty balanced. You know, it's pretty balanced. If you're a very aggressive player and you get shot by someone using an Einhorn, it's pretty a balanced gun. It's a fair trade. Either they'll kill you and then your teammate might kill them, because like I mentioned, it's 5 rounds isn't enough, and the reload speed is a huge handicap to it. So I think it's pretty fair, pretty balanced out. So hopefully they will nerf it. But if you have not used it and you just have this gun already fully maxed out, but because you used it earlier and you thought this gun was pure ass, definitely go back to it and use it, man. It's a lot of fun, especially when you have nothing to do and double XP isn't around and you just simply want to level up your, you know, battle pass or your rank. This is definitely one of those guns where it's pretty much going to be pretty fun to use and annoy people with. But with that being said, guys, again, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time of your day to watch this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, peace out.